Guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to do an update for you guys on kind of where I'm at and what has been going on. I know I uploaded a video on Sunday and that was actually taken, I believe, on like Thursday. I had issues with YouTube not allowing me to upload stuff. So anyway, it kind of got to you guys a little bit late. Today, though, I want to kind of talk to you about some things that I've changed and what I'm doing. If you follow me on my Instagram stories, you know I am going more lower carb, much higher fat on my contest prep nutrition plan, and that really seems to be working. I am not full keto, but I am trying to move more towards that direction. Now, if I decide to continue this after this competition is over with, I'm honestly not exactly sure. I may or may not. I've not really made up a decision yet. But right now, my macros are sitting around, well, I should say my percentage, because to be full on keto, you technically have to have your fats 70% of your calories. Mine are about 55 to 60% right now. Also, they are, let's see, my fats are around 55 to 60%. My protein is around 30%, 35%, and my fat is sitting around like 10%. So it's like 60, 30, 10 right now. I am feeling a lot better. I feel really good with how things are going. Since I have changed over to lower carb, higher fat, I have dropped weight. I know some of that is probably water. Some of it's probably not. So here's the thing, I was struggling really, really hard and having to do all of this cardio when I had higher carbs. And I was just, and this has been going on for like 2 years. And I'm like, what is going on with my body? So, last year when I competed at the Flex Lewis Classic, I did pretty much the same thing. I did lower carb, higher fat because I was struggling to lose weight and to lose body fat. I struggled this year again. I hired Paul Revelia from Team Pro Physique and worked with him, and we did macros and all of that kind of stuff. And I still struggled. I was doing so much cardio and I was just tired, and I was like, man, this is not normal for me. I don't know if it's my age or my hormones, but I just felt, like something else was going on. I've spoken to several people in like my fitness community about this issue, and the majority was like, Casey, you might be insulin resistant. Insulin resistant doesn't mean that I have diabetes or anything like that. It just means my body's not processing carbs the way that it used to. And to be honest with you guys, diabetes runs in my family. It usually hits us later on in life. I am 35, going on 36. I'll be 36 in December. And it's no surprise that I'm not processing carbs the same way, because it's just in my genetic history on both of my parents' sides. My dad in particular, he has got it. My grandfather on his side had it. My grandmother on my mom's side. I mean, it's just prevalent in our family, and I believe that, that could be the case. So that's why I decided to go lower carb, higher fat. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try this. I'm going to see if it works and give it a shot, because I cannot keep killing myself doing hours of cardio. I don't have the time for that, number one. And it's exhausting, number two. And it's making me not enjoy this anymore. And not that contest prep should be enjoyable, but when you're having to do like 3 hours of cardio on low calories just to lose like a half of a pound, something is screwed up. Like something's wrong. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to try it. We'll see, blah, blah, blah. And I did, and it's been working. So that's what I've been doing. I have, like, for the past week and a half, so I've gone lower carb, higher fat, slowly adjusting my carbohydrates and my fats to move towards that 70% range, because you're supposed to be lower protein too, and I just can't go lower protein. Like, I love protein. I like to eat meat. It's satisfying to me. It's enjoyable. So I'm having a difficult time with the lowering the protein part. So, I may be doing like a higher, like a moderate protein, higher fat, lower carb, which I don't know if that's full on keto or not. I've been doing more and more research on it. And I've also probably not been doing it like your norm. I am using healthy fats, olive oil, macadamia nut oil, coconut manna, flaxseed oil. I have some grapeseed oil on the way. I am using almond flour, coconut flour, things like that. So yeah, I've been trying to do it as healthy as possible. I've still been eating lean meats and just monitoring my fat from there. I did get some ghee and some Kerrygold butter the other day, which I tried ghee yesterday in my coffee. It has a very strong taste. And I also got the Kerrygold butter, which I will eat with my last meal tonight. So really, this is going to be my first full week doing low carbs, high fat. Before, it's been like 40, 50 grams of carbs, maybe 60 grams of fat, 170 or something like that grams of protein. But today, it's going to be pretty much like almost 100 grams of fat, like 30 grams of carbs. That doesn't include the fiber in there, so that's not net carbs, it's just total carbs. And around about 130 or so grams of protein. So this will be my first full week. Like, I started yesterday. This is going to be my first full week on like a keto style diet. Before, it was just been lower carb, a little bit higher fat, higher protein, but I've decided to go like full on and give this a shot. So I wanted to update you guys and kind of talk to you about this. And I think it's especially important for people who compete to really monitor themselves and to be conscious and aware of what they are doing, because you may get to a point like I have where things are just not working anymore. Like, I used to be able to eat carbs all the way up until my last meal pretty much and do 30 minutes cardio, and I would drop weight like that, and that's not been the case anymore. And I've not known what's been going on for a while. And I've gone to doctors and all this kind of stuff, and they can't find anything wrong, but something is going on. So, I said, why not? I'm going to give this a try. I also believe that doing so much cardio like I had to do has only like inflamed my body. So, all the research that I've done has said that, this helps with inflammation. So that is my overall goal. And really, in all honesty, I just want to feel better as well. So it's not just about competing, it's about feeling better for me. I used to feel great on competition preps, and I loved the process. And for the past 2 years, it's just been a struggle. So, especially this year. And that's nothing on Paul's part or anything like that. It was just something going on with me. And that was out of his control. And he was just doing his job. So, I just couldn't continue to do the amount of cardio I was doing and do things in the most healthy way possible. So I decided to give something else a try. And right now, the lower carb, higher fat's been working. And like I said, this will be my first full-on week on keto. I'm going to see how it goes. And if it goes well, then next week I may do a full day of eating for you guys so you can kind of see what that looks like. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this channel and watching and supporting. I know that I'm very new and my content isn't like super fancy like everyone else is, but I'm getting there and I'm working on some things. It's just a process and it takes time. But thank you guys so much for your support. Please comment below, shoot me a message. Let me know if you like what I'm doing and what you want to see more of, because that's what I want to put out for you guys. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great Monday. Stay blessed out there.